Hello again, everybody. It's Kevin Donka with Donka Drums, and today I'm going to be giving a tutorial on how to play the drum rudiment called Chicago's. Now, many people already know this rudiment, but they don't know the name of it. Some people call them cheese of flam flams. The easiest way for me to describe this is there's an exercise the Bluecoats have been playing the last several years called queso, which is on the beginning of their exercise called Susie. And basically what it is it is a paradiddle with a cheese on the first partial and the third and fourth partials flammed. So when I was at PASIC in the Dynasty Drums booth a couple of weeks ago, I had a couple of kids come through and they were trying to learn queso. And they were having a real problem playing this rudiment called a flam, I think, and then also adding the cheese. So I explained to them that's called a Chicago. And by the way, some history of the name of that rudiment, Chicago. I was told by some drummers that are around 10, 15 years older than me that somewhere back in 1964 or 65, both the Chicago Royal Airs Drum Corps and the Chicago Cavaliers Drum Corps had this rudiment in their shows, and so it just became known as Chicago's because both the Chicago powerhouse drum corps were playing it. So anyway, I explained to these kids in the booth that you need to be able to play 3 notes in succession, like 2/16 and an 1/8 note, and accent that 1/8 note. And you need to be able to put a diddle on the end of it, on that accent. And that's kind of hard to practice on its own. So the exercise I gave them is to learn how to play same-handed paradiddles. And what I mean by same-handed paradiddles is they normally alternate, right? Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. We're going to learn to play them all in the same hand. Right, left, right, 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 left, right, 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 left, right, 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 left, right, right, left, right, left, 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 right, left, 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 right, left, 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 right, left, left. And then put a diddle on that accent. So that's the exercise. 4 right-handed paradiddles, 4 right-handed diddly-diddles. And by the way, I know that according to the PAS, those are called dragadiddles, with these. But I don't know anybody that actually calls them dragadiddles. We all call them diddly-diddles. What we call dragadiddles is a paradiddle with a diddle on the second partial, which are technically known as Berger lesson 25s, named after Fritz Berger. Anyway, we're going to play 4 right-handed paradiddles, 4 right-handed diddly-diddles, 4 left-handed paradiddles, 4 left-handed diddly-diddles. And that's the exercise you need to be able to play in order to play these and these. So now, that's not enough to really understand what you're playing for many people. So I have come up with an exercise called Building Chicago's. I do not have that first exercise written out, but it's so simple you shouldn't need the sheets for it. 4 right-handed paradiddles, 4 right-handed diddly-diddles, 4 left-handed paradiddles, 4 left-handed diddly-diddles. For Building Chicago's, I have written that out, and I will share those sheets in the comments below this video. But we're going to break it down. So first thing we have is 4 paradiddles, right? Then we're going to add a diddle on that first partial. Now we're going to start adding in all of the flams. So the first partial also has a flam. So after the paradiddles and the diddly-diddles, we're going to do 4 counts of flam paradiddles. And then we're going to add that diddle back in, so it becomes a cheese paradiddle. And by the way, back in the day, a diddle was only called a diddle if the same 2 notes on the same hand were the same speed as the surrounding notes, like in a paradiddle. Those are all 16th notes, or paradiddle diddle, or double paradiddle. Some people call that a paraparadiddle. Anyway, if it was the same speed, it was called a diddle. If it was twice that speed, it was called a drag. Now, because we have a flam on a drag, we called that a flag, a flam on a drag, a flag. Nowadays we call it a cheese. So we've got 4 paradiddles, 4 diddly diddles, 4 flam paradiddles, and then 4 cheese paradiddles, or what we used to call flag diddles. Okay, so let's just play that. 1, 2, ready, go. 4 paradiddles, 4 diddly diddles, 4 flam paradiddles, and 4 cheese paradiddles. Now it's important to make sure all of your taps are at tap height. Don't be dropping them down and playing, 1-inch taps. Make sure your taps are whatever your tap height is, 3 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches, whatever it is. Make sure you're playing good taps on everything. That'll make sure that when we get to the flams, you're actually playing good flams and not double stops. Okay? So after we do those 4, we're going to take that flam off the first partial and we're going to put it on the third partial. So now we're playing a paradiddle with a flam on the third partial. We used to call a flam on a diddle a flittle. So we called these paraflittles. Nowadays they're called choo-choos because they kind of sound like a train. So you're going to do 4 counts of choo-choos, then add the diddle back on the first partial, so it becomes what we used to call a stutter diddle. I know there are lots of things that are called stutter diddles, but this is what we called them, so that's what I'm going to call them. So we've got 4 paradiddles, 4 diddly diddles, 4 flam paradiddles, 4 cheese paradiddles, 4 choo-choos, and then 4 stutter diddles. So let's just play that. 1, 2, ready, go. Now the choo-choos and the stutter diddles. Now, the next thing is we're going to add the flam back on the first partial. So now we're playing what we used to call flamaflittles. I don't know what people call them today, but we call them flamaflittles. So you do the 4 flamaflittles, then you add the diddle back so it becomes a cheese flittle, a cheese paraflittle. Okay? So let's just play those 2. 1, 2, ready, go. Now, after that, we're going to take that first flam off again, and we're just going to play a para-flam-flam. So flams on the third and fourth partials. And make sure those are good flams, not double stops. Make sure your grace note is low enough and your main stroke of your flam is high enough without accenting those low flams. Then you add the diddle. And then for the last part, we're going to add the flam back on the first partial, which now becomes a flam-a-flam-flam. And then you add the diddle back so it becomes a cheese-a-flam-flam, or what we call Chicago's. So the whole exercise goes 4 paradiddles, 4 diddly diddles, 4 flam paradiddles, 4 cheese paradiddles, 4 choo-choos, 4 stutter diddles, 4 para-flam-flams, 4 diddly flam-flams, 4 flam-a-flam-flams, and 4 Chicago's. So let's play that whole thing. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, go. Now choo-choos and stutter diddles. Now flam-a-flam-flams. Whoops. No, para-flam-flams. And diddly flam-flams. Now the flam-a-flam-flams and the Chicago's. So I'm trying to play it without the sheets here, but like I said, I'll have the sheets in there for you. So let me play that just a little bit faster. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, that is my exercise called Building Chicago's. Please feel free to share this video with anybody. Have them follow me on Donka Drums on Facebook and Instagram, and I do have a TikTok. I don't post there often, but I'll start posting there more often. But please follow me and feel free to share any of my content. As always, thanks for the honor and privilege of helping everybody. Have a great day.